so many people think that they have to do things because other people are doing things. This is silly shit. As if the general public ever knew what was really cool. As if the general public is a moral bunch. Alright? Now, I'm not saying that just because a lot of people do it, it's wrong. Or like, oh, this huge group of people is going in this direction, and that direction must be hell. You know? I mean, that's probably the case, but not all the time. I don't assume because it's popular, it's bad. But I will say that if it's popular, less people are likely to question it. So, I remember back when Facebook was a college thing for college kids. It made me really depressed and anxious and even more obsessive about my silly little identity. And this was back when the website was tame, okay? Very, very tame compared to what it is now. And, I didn't like being on the site. And, when I got off of it, it really wasn't a big deal at first because, like, I was fresh out of rehab and, you know, being on that site just made me want to drink. So that was my excuse for, like, getting off of the site. I was like, I'm gonna relapse if I go back on Facebook. But a few years later, you know, when I had friends that weren't my real friends, because, you know, they wanted me to be on this social networking site that I hated. Also, I could like their stupid photos. Like, it's really narcissistic, you know? Like, everything about it is narcissistic. I mean, there are certain aspects of it that I could see, like, the value of it, maybe. But I've always hated pictures. I've always hated the fact that, like, people want to gather for family photos and they can't just enjoy being somewhere. They have to document it. I've always thought that was really weird about our society. And I've thought that for a long time. But what else do I need? Oh yeah, I was going to show y'all. See? That's why it's making that buzzing sound. But yeah. I just remember it was like a major problem that I didn't want to be on this website. But those same people that had that issue came to me years later and they were like, "You're right about Facebook, Amy. You're right about Facebook, you're right about the smartphones, you're right about every motherfucking thing, and I wish I'd listened to you." And I'm not joking, and I'm not exaggerating or trying to stroke my ego or, like, prove that I'm right. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, and the pudding is literally everywhere you fucking go, okay? So, if people get mad at me and say that I just want to be right about things, it's like, dude, I'm just right about society. It's not technology, it's society. I mean, if society were smarter, the smartphones wouldn't be an issue. If society weren't, like, prone to, you know, arrogance and just talking out their ass about so many things and you know, belittling people and all that shit, you know, the social networks wouldn't be so toxic. But, like, you know, unfortunately, like, you know, the whole nature of it is toxicity. So, of course, like, toxic people are going to flourish, and even people that aren't toxic are going to be made more toxic because of it. This is obvious shit, man. But I'm grateful to have always known that. But the reason why I know that is just because, you know, God blessed me with keen insight and awareness and a fuck ton of resilience that the rest of the country doesn't seem to possess. And so, you know, because of that, there's just a lot of shit that I know, a lot of shit that's really apparent to me, you know, from the beginning. Whereas, like, you know, most people need proof. They need proof that human beings are toxic. But it's like, you know, you see how much television Americans were already consuming before the smartphones came out. Like, before Netflix and before Hulu and all this stuff. You know, like, before you could, like, record your favorite TV shows, like, there was a VCR. But it's like now, like, people take their entertainment so seriously. Whereas before, it was like if you missed a TV show, you missed a TV show, wasn't that big of a deal. But people will say, well, it's a different world. I don't know. I don't know about that. Maybe it's the same world. It's the same world, it's just society keeps getting so much worse. I mean, people will always choose progress because progress enables their laziness. And the laziness enables their narcissism.